I am Ari.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Wesley.
And welcome to Pound and Brain.
Can you like edit me out of it?
The whole episode.
The episode, yeah. Okay, what are we talking
This
about?
is not funny.
Today.
This is the most serious show on the internet. This is not funny.
Correct. Can I leave?
No, we're filming. Nick?
Welcome to Pwn number 18.
Sponsored by water.
Pwn 18, first Pwn of 2018.
Nick, you're such a dog, dude. You're such an editing beast.
He'd be an editing beast if he could get to end up good.
I consider that a challenge every time. Can I make the Pwn good today? Some days yes, some days no. And today will be a good day because we're going to be talking about lots of movies, okay?
Why are you making a segue from something we're definitely going to cut out?
I'm not cutting that out, are you kidding me?
Okay.
Everything's wonderful. Everything's going in today because we're doing Pwn.
We're just uploading the raw footage.
Today, we will be discussing multiple topics. Among them, we will be discussing films from last year that we haven't discussed yet because we've
And maybe even some films that we haven't seen, you know?
We're gonna talk about some Oscar movies, you know? Yeah.
And I'm Oscar.
Ari, would you like to lead us today in our discussion of our first film? Tell us what is a film that you've seen this year that you liked or maybe didn't like.
Maybe it starts with a B in both the words of the movie.
We're not going to talk about that horrible film. What we are going to talk about is a random movie which I've decided to talk about, which is Kingsman, Golden Circle.
Oh yes, okay. I said you lead, so you gotta talk at first. I'm not gonna
You can't say the name of the movie and be like, discuss.
I can talk about Kingsman, the Golden Circle. Have you guys seen the movie?
Yes, we've all seen
Yes.
it. This is another movie we've all seen.
Continue to ask us yes or no questions.
That's the
Did
format
you
we'll do for the episode.
Like
only
the movie?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
It's going great.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Come talk to us about the movie, Chloe.
So good.
Did you see it?
Come,
Yeah.
join us.
Yeah, then join us.
Why are you not with us?
This is a special appearance.
There we
There
go. I'm being
So you
strange.
guys
So-
don't plan anything.
Okay, no.
We don't.
What does it look like?
We have paper, pencil, graph
Oh, yeah.
paper,
We actually-
waters.
we-
We have a
yeah.
tripod and a camera.
Ari
We have
knows,
bananas.
Ari knows that when the graph paper comes out, shit gets
Okay,
real.
got it.
You know, we just
Yeah.
read off a script, right? Like,
Mhm.
the entire episode.
Dude, don't you see
This is all scripted.
Ari, tell us about Kingsman, the Golden.
Circle.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the best part of the film was the POV of the condom
Okay.
maker.
No.
Just
We're
kidding.
not. You liked the film, yes?
I did like the film.
Okay.
And one of my favorite parts of the film is how the combat was done right, as opposed to other movies.
I thought the action parts were actually really
Dude,
good.
I swear the first action sequence when the guy pulls like Eggsy through the chair in the back, you remember that? I swear
Yeah.
Eggsy like expands.
Okay,
Like,
I
the
know.
CGI is so
I-
good. Like he just like pops out. It's like, dude.
The best
That's
action
going
scene
dark.
though was for sure the last one.
Yeah.
If you
Dude,
want to,
Definitely.
Elton John getting in on that.
Okay,
Dude.
that was my favorite part when
Let's
Elton
go.
John like
Let's
roundhouse kicks that
Let's
one
go.
guy.
Yeah.
That
guys,
was
I think it's a little
sick.
late, but spoiler alert.
No, watch until this point, and then spoiler alert, and then go back, press the double tap on your phone 30 seconds back into the beginning of the discussion now that you know it's
Got it.
spoiled.
We'll edit it in order, but put a message at the bottom. Skip 30 seconds ahead.
I think this whole poem would be better if you just put all the words in alphabetical order.
It'd probably make about as much
That'd be
sense.
so
It's about as entertaining. One of the best things about this is like if you compare the combat in this movie to something like Marvel, where you can't understand anything.
You
That's
know that
happening.
movie, Marvel?
Yeah, like that movie called Marvel, like where they cut every 2 seconds and you don't know where.
Like who's fighting who or what the fuck is
I
happening.
can't tell if he's punching an enemy or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's.
exactly.
I don't know what's happening.
So,
Yeah, since it's shot in like one take, it's like, oh my god.
I'm sitting there watching this film, right? And I'm like, hey, that's a nice cameo from Elton John. Little did I know he'd be
He
the
was like
most
the whole
Yeah, I
movie
know. I thought he was
character.
gonna be like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
but he
me
just
too.
like,
I'm like-
was there playing, and then he was like a big part of the fight scene in the
It was
last
such
part.
wonderful.
Such a legend.
Okay, Ari, would you like to explain very briefly the
Oh no, that was a joke. We don't need to talk about that ever again.
I'm glad you introduced.
of the
Finger.
of the finger.
I was on
and the
board. I
woman.
was
Oh my
on
god,
board,
that
and
was
then
so
suddenly
weird. He put a tracker,
My
and I was
favorite-
like, what is happening?
Not only does it go down and in, but then it dissolves into a forest.
Yeah. So with my grandma, so I think I win now.
Oh, okay, yeah, you win. You win.
Critics didn't like this film at all. It has a
I would
51%
accept that.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
I feel like just because it's so unoriginal.
I wouldn't say it's like a good movie in the terms of it being a good movie. It was just one of the funner movies to watch.
Yeah,
I'd argue
yeah,
it's
for
even
sure,
actually a
for
good
sure.
movie.
It's
I'd
like
argue-
it's like a better produced thing of something like Spaceballs.
Yeah.
True.
It's not
I think
what
the
up
best
to
input we've ever had on the show has happened by a person who was on for like 2 seconds and had to leave.
See, Ari, it's because she had interesting things to say and said them in a manner that I can understand.
Okay, you're
and
1/3
bounce
of
off
the people here.
I did my job. You told me to lead, and I talked about the
Yeah,
golden.
and you're not doing a
circle.
good job. How are you?
Okay,
Square up.
you know what? Why don't you tell us about a movie you watched?
I watched.
Oh, we have to check a
Is
fucking
this
script.
actually
Oh,
like
there
the way we're doing this? We just pick a random movie.
Yes. And
Yes.
we answer yes or no question. I have something that we have all seen, I think. I don't know if I've seen it.
Thor
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
Tell me, was Thor Ragnarok a good movie?
No.
I haven't seen it.
He doesn't say
You
that.
haven't seen Thor?
I haven't seen Thor.
It was so bad, but it was
I
funny.
don't
but it was
need
bad.
to see Marvel movies anymore. I just don't
Well,
feel the
no,
urge
but
at all.
Guardians was good.
Guardians
was
is different. I'm talking about like the typical,
Dude,
Like, yeah, I mean, I didn't like Spider-Man.
like anything to do with adventures, and I hate that they're pulling Guardians
Adventures.
I think Thor Ragnarok. First off, I want to point out every single time in the film they say Ragnarok, and I just kept thinking about how in the Marvel poem, Paul rudely interrupted me and said, "It's pronounced Ragnarok."
Thor, Ragnarok? Ragnarok!
It's actually pronounced rock.
But like not as a joke, completely serious. And now I've proven you wrong, Paul. So
What,
get out of
What
here.
is a Ragnarok?
It's
Okay, so
the Armageddon
okay, so it's the end
Wait.
of the world.
of North. Jesus Christ.
Okay, it's the end of the world. End animation.
So,
Yeah, we're doing spoilers.
Okay, spoilers,
The whole
spoilers.
plot is that they need to stop Ragnarok from happening.
Let's slow down here.
Okay,
Wes.
okay. So let's talk about Norse mythology because I played a game. I played a game over the summer called Hellblade.
Minecraft.
Hellblade.
Are you getting mad at a
So-
superhero movie
so-
for inaccurate
so-
portrayal?
Norse mythology. So there's a god named Surt who is the god of fire, and he
Oh
will.
my
he's a
God,
god.
you're not joking. I thought you were making a joke. You're actually going to explain Norse
okay,
mythology.
he-
what is
all-
Ragnarok? Is it like a meteor, or is it just everyone randomly
It's
dying?
It's just
Okay.
like it's a bunch. It's just a bunch of things that culminate in like the destruction
It's
of Asgard.
Norse
So
rapture.
there's
okay?
a wolf.
There's not
There's a wolf. There's
Fenrir.
another thing.
So it's just like
And
random
another
events
one.
that kind of happen.
And
Yeah.
another one. The whole point is that like Ragnarok is going to destroy Asgard, and so the plot of Thor Ragnarok is they have to stop Ragnarok from destroying Asgard, but then to defeat the villain of the movie, they
Wait,
unleash.
is the villain the god, sir?
No,
No.
sir, it
It's-
gets
it's
defeated
girl,
in
it's
like the
girl.
first 5 minutes by Thor.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait,
The
it's
god
like-
of fire was killed in the first few minutes of the
Yes.
No, but then he comes back.
No. And then, so then Hela, the god of death, Hela, the god of death, comes to Asgard, and she's like, I'm going to destroy Asgard. And she wants to revive to Ragnarok Asgard and destroy Asgard, but then
Why does Hela hate?
but then she
Asgard?
can't because
'Cause she was
it's really
fake
convoluted. She was exiled.
Can we
and
talk
then,
about-
And
No,
then,
what's
no,
this
I
for?
need to explain this plot.
I want to.
It's taken me 15 goddamn minutes to explain 3 things. So then Hela wants to revive Surt to destroy Asgard with Ragnarok. Thor and Thor's friends, the Revengers, try to kill Hela, but they can't.
Wait,
And
can
so
I
then
just clarify?
they-
That wasn't a joke. They're actually called the Revengers.
Really?
Yeah, they're called the Revengers. Thor goes and revives Surt, so then Surt can unleash Ragnarok and destroys all of Asgard, taking Hela with him. So pretty much, the whole movie was about trying to stop the destruction of Asgard, and then Thor destroys Asgard at the end.
Wait.
Yeah. No. That's how stupid the story is. No,
you're neglecting the trash
no,
planet.
he's okay. He's like
You're neglecting the part where Hulk's a gladiator.
That's nothing.
No, that's like where 80% of the film takes.
No, but I mean, like, that's not
Thor
plot.
crashes
That's not
down.
plot.
No, let him finish before you
I'll
get
go quick, but he goes in, gets tased, thrown in a cell with a New Zealand rock, and he's all like, "Hello, I'm a rock," right? Jeff Goldblum is there, and he's like, "I'm gonna tase you," and he's like, "If you destroy my champion, I'll let you go." He's like, "I'll do it because I'm Thor," and then he goes in, and everyone knows what's coming, and then Hulk comes out, and he's like, "Hulk, it's you!" And Hulk's like, "Nah, bitch," and he slaps him around, and then he beats Hulk, and everyone's like, "Whoa." It's not as bad as Wes
If
is
you're
making it
confused
sound.
right now, it's because the story doesn't make sense and is stupid and garbage. But at least it's funny.
So, the god of fire, who is a god,
Yeah.
is dead, but not actually technically dead because he can be revived.
Yes.
So, Hela comes. Why is she so awful? Because she wants
Because-
Because
Okay,
she's the
she's-
goddess of death.
She's
obviously.
She's Odin's daughter that he made to destroy worlds.
Wait, is
and then
Odin
she
a
got
god? I didn't know.
yeah.
I don't understand how
No,
gods
we
work.
Look,
Like, Hades was
It doesn't
killed
make
in one of
sense.
the Marvels.
Because guess what?
No,
Odin
that was,
dies.
No, that was... Sorry,
You're
that's-
thinking of
sorry,
Wonder Woman,
That's
right?
not
Yeah.
Marvel.
Odin dies at the beginning. Like, permanently.
Gods aren't all that big
And
a deal, are they?
I don't even remember how he dies. He dies of old age, I think.
Yeah, he died.
he pulls a Luke Skywalker and disappears.
He disappears.
Point is, some stupid things happen and there's a movie, right?
This whole poem is gonna be about Thor Ragnarok.
I'm gonna explain it in 45 seconds.
Thor
I'm gonna
Ragnarok.
explain it in 45 seconds.
It's the most
No one interrupt me, I can do this, okay? Thor is stuck in a cage. The fire god is talking about how he wants Ragnarok to come. So Thor escapes, kills the fire god, finds out that Loki is pretending to be Odin. So Thor says, "Loki, you're coming with me, we're finding our dad." Stephen Strange shows up for some reason, tells him where to go, Odin dies, and then as Odin dies, he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm the only thing preventing Girl from coming back, so
And now
bye."
I'm dead. Oops.
So Girl shows up.
Yeah.
So she shows up, Loki's like, "Beam us up, Scotty." And then Thor's like, "No." And then she jumps into the teleport beam too. Kicks both of them out. They fly into Trash Planet. Jeff Goldblum's there, forces Thor to fight Hulk. He befriends Hulk again. And then there's also a girl who's a former Valkyrie.
And also her
Forces-
name is Valkyrie, which doesn't make any sense.
They decide to team up against Jeff Goldblum. They steal his ship. They fly to Asgard. Hela has taken over. Black Scotty's gone.
Wait, what happened to Loki?
And he's transporting Asgardians out of Asgard. They all get on the ship, and then the ship leaves. Loki throws the head of the fire god into the eternal flame.
And that's what
that
revives
causes
him.
him to be huge, and he destroys everything. And he's kind of an idiot for not noticing no one's there. Because he's like shouting, he's like, "You're all gonna die," and there's like no one there.
Except for Hela. It's just, Hela killed like pretty much every Asgardian except for like there's like maybe 200 left that are like hiding in this cave, and then they get onto the spaceship and they exodus out of there. Okay, look, the Rock guy's pretty funny though.
He's that's the
Because
director.
it's played
That's
by the director, and so
All
he's-
the New Zealand folk are fun. There's only like two of them.
I don't know why. I don't know why it was so funny, but like,
not heard.
I love
not
Jeff
like
Goldblum
Kiwi.
too in this. He's great.
yeah, he's good. But
All
like,
the non-main characters are wonderful.
Like,
are we done?
I think we
Please
can.
tell
I
me
think,
we're done.
I think we
move
can.
on.
I think we can move on from
holy
Ragnarok.
shit. We're gonna have
Wait.
too much content for this
Can I
episode.
just say, I actually don't dislike the movie. I think it's a bad,
Movie.
maybe not even bad. I think it's like,
I don't dislike it.
It's just a bad movie.
It's bad.
I think it's like the same level of quality maybe as the original, the first Thor. But at the same time, there's so many things that make it stupid. Like, why does Doctor Strange even show up?
Like the Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
there for like
randomly
2
in
minutes.
5 minutes,
I thought
yeah.
he was like gonna be. I'm like, I didn't know he was.
Why?
In this. No, he's not.
What did he do?
He
He-
knew where Odin
He,
went.
he was so cynical too. I feel like Benedict Cumberbatch didn't want to be there. Did you get that from his
Yeah,
acting?
probably.
He's definitely like, I don't know what I'm doing. How about John Wick 2?
I didn't
Yes.
see it. Yo, when is this gonna be over?
Okay, Ari,
Where's
what
Justin
have
at?
you seen?
I saw Dark Knight Rises on the plane. I haven't seen anything other Batman movie though.
So John Wick 2, Wes. Would you like to talk about that briefly?
Have you seen it?
I have.
Okay. Have you seen the
I'm
first
gonna
one?
go change
I
my
have.
pants. You can talk about that.
I'll just have like a sad PNG of you sitting there still.
They're both really good movies. I understand the first one people think is better. I think that maybe that's correct, and maybe they're both really good.
I think
the second one, okay, I understand why. It's because the first one like has less downtime than the second one, but I like the build-up when the guy's like, for dessert, use a knife.
Well, I'm not. That's not even a thing I have a problem with. I think it gets started quicker than the first one does. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the first one, but I remember there was like a significant period of time before he actually started beating people to death with pencils. But I think the action in the first one was a lot better. I mean, they're still both very good, but like the scene in the nightclub in the first one versus John Wick getting hit with a car like 5 times in this movie. Welcome back.
But did they kill the dog?
They do. Do they kill a dog this time?
Nope. The dog stays at the hotel.
I saw Crazy Stupid Love.
That did not come out this year.
Oh, things that came out this year?
Yes, that's
Yes!
that's what
I saw
Tommy-
the Golden
Wait, you
Circle.
think we're just talking about movies that we've seen ever?
that we've seen this year.
You ever heard of Casablanca?
I saw some Black Mirror.
That's not a movie.
Not a movie. We don't talk
That's
about
really
TV.
cool.
It's
though.
amazing. I haven't seen the new season.
Why can't we talk about
No
it, Nick?
spoilers.
Because we don't talk about TV, and also I haven't seen it. Guardians,
I've seen Guardians.
the second one.
Guardians of Gahul, yes.
Okay, we'll talk
Zack
about that.
Snyder's masterpiece.
Oh, speaking of Zack Snyder, I saw Justice League.
I thought we were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, we'll talk about a good movie first. Okay.
Yes or no questions, Nick.
Is Guardians of the Galaxy 2 a good movie?
Yes.
Is it a good
You already
sequel?
know. We've talked about this in summer of 17. We want to know your
Yes.
opinion now.
I thought you were the only one that had seen it at that point. Then.
No, he had seen it. We both talked about how good it was.
I think it's a very good movie. I think it's exactly the same.
Let's talk about podcasts. Hello, Internet. It's the only one I've watched.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is quite good. I like almost everything about it in terms of like the surface
Wait,
level.
you watch it?
It's very.
You listen to it?
It was a very beautiful film too. I found the colors, man, they're good. I liked.
I love when they make mass murder look
I
beautiful.
think there's one
It's
thing that really
funnier,
pissed
too.
me off in that movie,
Yeah.
which was so out of place, even though it's supposed to be funny. I'm not sure if I talked about it last time, but it was when he became Pac-Man.
Oh, that was so good.
He became.
No, that was.
Dude, it was
good.
pixels,
Little pixels,
bro.
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say when he became David Hasselhoff.
That was
So
great.
good.
That's the second David Hasselhoff cameo I've seen this year, because he shows up in Baywatch too. He's
Yeah,
buying
I saw
sunglasses at a
Baywatch.
store. Oh, how was it?
I
Did you
haven't
like
seen it. I haven't seen it.
What'd you think of the scene where he gets his testicles stuck in a beach chair?
That was the
Did it-
scene of the movie.
Did
That
it
existed.
live up to your expectations, Ari? Because I know you were excited for that scene.
I don't think I watched it very thoroughly. I kind of watched it while something else was happening. I do remember that scene, but that was. I mean, it was.
You watched it while his testicles were also stuck in a chair, so I mean, he couldn't
Yeah.
focus
He had
too
other
much
things
on
on
it.
his mind.
And on my testicles.
I did see Logan Lucky, which was very, very good. I liked it a lot. I
Uh,
love Adam Driver's voice so much. It's really funny. I didn't expect it to be so. There's
okay,
a lot that I thought was hilarious.
when there's the bomb and he's like, I twisted it one too many times. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
it didn't explode.
Okay, wait. There's something I need you to explain. Okay.
No,
He says
there's no
you need to go-
explanation.
you need to go talk to the bear, right? He says a line like this. Okay. A single static shot in a forest. 2 guys walk out. A man in a bear costume walks over, brings them a bag, turns around, and then literally fades out of existence. And I'm like, what?
I forgot about that.
I need you to go visit the bear in the woods.
Tell him you're there to collect the bag he's been keeping for me.
I watched it like 3 times trying to figure out if there was something I missed. I'm like, why did that happen? Why does he disappear? Wes, tell us about Blade Runner 2049.
Neither of you seen it? You've seen it. No, you haven't seen it. I don't like it.
But is it a visually
Isn't it
appealing
about
film, Wes?
killing vampires?
What? Wait, really?
I don't know.
Wes,
I
correct?
got it mixed up with Blade, I think.
Blade.
Tommy, the founder.
You saw it?
Yeah, it was very
He's such an asshole.
What was it about?
He is.
It's
is.
about the
guy that-
guy who took over McDonald's.
Not founded. Let's make that very clear. it's called The Founder, but it should be called The Stealer Dickhead.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman, and I'm gonna steal the McDonald's. I'm like,
Is that what he said? Yes.
yeah, I think that's actually
How eloquent.
I can tell it was really well
lots of
written.
weird monologues where he's talking about like milk making machines to the
So
camera.
good, so good.
It was like something you watch.
No, yeah, I'm
But
not
it's
gonna
like-
rewatch it, but like,
Yeah.
I thought it was well made.
It's like the
It
type
was
of
an
thing where you're like,
interesting
that is
story.
a movie that exists. Maybe I'll watch it. Who knows? Like, I'm not gonna recommend
Unlike
it to you.
Thank You for Smoking, which is an amazing movie, also about assholes. You gotta watch it. It's so good.
I saw a film called Ghost Story. A Ghost Story, I should say.
You told me about this.
I saw a film called A Ghost Story, and it is complicated. My opinion on it.
Is it a parody movie?
No, it is a art.
Ooh, a Medea ghost story.
It's like an art house film by the most standard definition of look at us, we're doing something different. And I appreciate they're doing something different. If they did a good job of doing something different, maybe I'd like it. Spoilers, I guess. Casey Affleck dies immediately.
That's
He's got a
spoiler.
wife that he talks to in a low voice, like it's like a fucking mumblecore movie or something. He's like, oh, I love you, oh. And there's like a 7-minute long shot where it's just them lying in bed, not moving because they're asleep. And I'm like, you're not artistic. This is just a picture of people sleeping. You're a stalker. In his
7
car-
minutes is an exaggeration, I
No, it's not. It's not. It is 7 minutes. I did time it. There's 2 shots in this film that like infuriated me, and that was one of them. And then he gets in his car, is going to work, gets hit by another car, dies. He's in the hospital, he's dead.
I can watch 2 college humor videos in that
Okay?
time.
He's lying there, right? In his thing, he's dead. Suddenly, like at this rate, slowly sitting up in like the sheets they've covered him with because he's dead. He's a ghost, but like not like a force ghost, like glowing. No. He's wearing a bed sheet. He's like Charlie Brown walking around with his like little eyes cut out.
Really?
A bed sheet ghost. And then we come to this scene where former wife sits on the floor and eats an entire pie. Like, the whole pie, she eats it. And Casey Affleck, or maybe not Casey Affleck, but guy in a ghost costume stands in the background not moving while she eats a cake or a pie or something for 15 minutes. Like 15 minutes. It's like 10 to 15 minutes of that, right? And I'm like, I want to die. So he's like locked to this location. He just doesn't leave. Then some hipsters throw a party in this abandoned house. And they talk about hipster things because movies with messages, I guess. And then some stupid shit happens and it ends.
Haunt.
He does speak to another ghost. There's a ghost in the house across from him. But the
Like
way they
neighbor
communicate
ghosts?
is they look at each other, not moving, and then like blue or pink subtitles will pop up for each of them. Wow, this is really acting. Good job acting. I could do that. I could stand under a bed sheet. I've probably done that in a Pwn video. That sounds like the kind of thing we would do. Where like a ghost is actually a bed sheet ghost. It was so dumb, but it was good.
It was a good movie. Wait, you literally complained the whole time.
No, okay.
What
look,
was good about it?
It was very well made.
In this stupid art house.
It's actually a very, very beautiful film, right? And then I watched Red Letter Media did their recap of 2017, and it's both of their favorite movies of the year. So there's that, I guess.
I'm glad I haven't seen it because if I've watched Red Letter Media, then I'd feel like I'd be in copying them probably.
You might. I sometimes feel we do, but I don't try to. It's just there's only so much you can do sitting around talking about movies, you know. Wes, you did like Get Out?
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Very good. It was very good.
It was so good at like making you think that it's gonna go one direction and then it just goes another one, and then you're like, okay, now I know where it's going, and then it's like, no, we're going over here now. And it's like, okay, I think I know what's gonna happen next. No, you don't.
It's very good at making you second guess yourself. What about when he hits the deer? Does that have
So
anything
funny.
to do
That
with
was so
anything?
funny because like it's like it just
Animal cruelty.
because it just like flies onto the car. Like, what is this? Like, I swear, when Jordan Peele made this movie, he's like he like paid someone to be like throw a deer onto a car.
I know we agree on Get Out. How about Lady Bird?
No.
What is Lady Bird?
Lady Bird is a film.
Yep.
We only
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
debatable.
It's
Debatable. The main character's an asshole.
She is.
Everyone else is an asshole, but not as much of an asshole as she
Gay
is.
Kid's not an asshole. I liked the film. Definitely not as much as Wes did, but it did somehow end up in
Not
my
as
top
much
3.
as I did.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, I meant
Not
Wes
as much
doesn't-
as I hated it. He
Yes.
liked it, but not as much to the magnitude.
Yeah, okay,
If you take the
it's-
absolute value of...
It's a good
no,
movie.
it's not.
It
It's
is.
so bad.
The main character is a
What's
twat.
the plot?
Saoirse Ronan
It's not
plays,
a plot. It's just like coming of age.
It's
What
like
bad happens
Boyhood
to
if
her?
Boyhood was
He
good.
doesn't- Do you know Boyhood?
Boyhood wasn't
It's
good.
just like, it's the life of a senior girl.
I like these
What
types of
happened?
films.
She
Something
dates-
something
she dates
bad
a
must
few
have happened
guys.
to her.
No?
Nothing bad
Yeah,
happened
kind
to her.
of. She's got like a like not a bad home life, but like they're struggling financially and stuff. But like that's not the focus. It's very much like Boyhood in the sense that it's just some things happen. But like whereas Boyhood was
Does she cry
things
in it?
happening.
Yes.
Twice I think.
Why does she cry?
Once because her mom's
Once be-
being a dick, and then once,
Once because she finds out that her boyfriend is gay.
Well, okay.
So that's a plot right there.
Okay, she's dating a guy, decides to go in the boys' bathroom for some reason, opens a boy's stall door. There's her boyfriend making out with a dude, and she goes, turns around and starts crying. He's like, "Don't, I'm gay. I'm sorry." And she's like, "Don't look at me." She cries a lot.
I mean, there's some plot there.
It's not bad.
It's just like really slice of life.
It's
like,
very
just
it's very
things that
well
happen.
acted. I feel.
There's not like overarching plot.
What was that really long movie with Casey Affleck that like almost won last year?
Yeah, Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
bad.
lot like Casey. It's a lot like that.
So
It's
bad.
that type of movie.
Have you seen
right?
it?
No.
It's so bad.
I only heard because it was
Not
super
bad.
long and boring.
I
Yeah.
figured out the type of movie that Wes doesn't like. Movies. Did we talk about Dunkirk at all? I remember.
Over
I
the
said
summer.
Dunkirk, and you said nope, and he's like, I haven't seen it. I'm like, and then we cut away. Do we want to talk about
That's
it?
because
Like,
I edited the episode and that's
Oh, yeah,
like
that's-
all the
that's what
movies
it
I
is.
hate, I'm like, nope, we're not talking about
He's
this.
throwing-
Yeah, I saw it again and it solidified my hatred of it even more. One of my biggest pet peeves, the aspect ratio changes every
yeah, but
shot.
so does Dark Knight
no.
Rises.
In,
There's
yeah.
like constant
no,
aspect.
I don't.
ratio
Okay, so maybe the Dark Knight Rises, but in the Dark Knight, at least, it only changes during the bridge scene because that's with an IMAX camera. And
Well, that's just what
I'm pretty
Nolan
sure that's it.
does.
No, but it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Cillian Murphy is such an asshole in this movie. The plane sections are so boring because
But it's good.
it's so bad.
It's good. So, do you remember last year when
Oh boy, how could I forget?
during Cone 10, right? I made a prediction that Ari pointed out was not based on fact at all. Right?
Okay.
But I was interested to see if Ari was correct that I was wrong. So in that one, I think I went with the top 10 highest grossing of each year. Now I got the top 30, right? Turns out Ari is right, kind of. Last year was a 74.6% average on Rotten Tomatoes for the top 30 highest grossing films. This year it was 79.8, which is like almost 5... That's 5.2% more, right? Which is a pretty big difference.
Good job. We did it. We're coming back, boys.
We saved Hollywood.
That's only the top 10. If you look at the top 30, right, it's a difference between 71.3% last year and 71.67% this year, which is only a 3.37% difference.
Increase.
It is a slight
Yes.
increase. It is still down from 2015, but we won't talk about that. So I'm thinking, we don't like the Marvel movies mostly, right? So I'm like, what if you take them out, all the superhero movies for each year, 2015,
Is that DC
2016?
included?
That is DC included. If you take out the superheroes, right, you drop from, in 2015 you drop from 72.6 down to 72.25, right, which is a tiny difference. Last year, right, you dropped from 71.3 to 71.0, right, which is a tiny difference. This year, you dropped from 71.67 to 68.1, right? So all of the good movies this year, according to critics, were just superhero movies. So I was right, Ari.
You mean our superhero movies are getting better?
Wes, would you agree with this statement?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Dun dun